Hello and welcome to Med with Marlia. In this video, we're gonna talk about anatomy of nervous system, classification of nervous system, cells in nervous system, structure of neuron, classification of neuron, and some basic concepts regarding nervous system. Firstly, we are going to discuss about the anatomical division of nervous system. It is divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. In central nervous system, we have brain and spinal cord. Where it is located? Brain is located in the cranial cavity and spinal cord is located in the vertebral canal. In peripheral nervous system, we have cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves are emerged from the brain and it has 12 pairs of cranial nerves. And spinal nerves are emerged from spinal cord. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Now we are going to discuss few things regarding brain. Brain is also known as encephalon. Firstly, at the starting stage of development, brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain is also known as prosencephalon, midbrain is also known as mesencephalon, hindbrain is also known as rhombencephalon. After further development, forebrain is divided into cerebrum and diencephalon. Cerebrum is also known as telencephalon. And midbrain remains the same as midbrain, mesencephalon. Hindbrain is divided into cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is also called as myelencephalon. In brain stem, we have midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Don't confuse between the brain stem and hindbrain because in hindbrain we have cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata. In brain stem, we have midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Just get a look at this diagram. This portion is called as brainstem. In brainstem, what we have? We have midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. And we have cerebrum, diencephalon, midbrain, pons, medulla oblongata and cerebellum. Now let's see about spinal cord. Spinal cord is present in the spinal canal. In vertebral column, we have 33 vertebrae, which we can divide into 7 cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, 5 sacral vertebrae, and 4 coccygeal vertebrae. Likewise, we divide spinal cord into segments. We have totally 31 spinal segments. From these segments only, we are getting 31 pairs of spinal nerves. We divide the spinal segment into 8 cervical segment, 12 thoracic segment, 5 lumbar segment, 5 sacral segment and 1 coccygeal segment. Totally we have 31 segment. Don't confuse with the vertebrae and spinal segment. More regarding spinal cord we will see in later videos. Based on function, we are classifying nervous system into sensory nervous system and motor nervous system. In sensory nervous system, we have somatic nervous system and visceral nervous system. Somatic means which carry impulse from skeletal muscle, joints, etc. Visceral means carry impulse from internal organs like heart, kidney, stomach, everything. Motor nervous system means efferent. It has somatic and autonomic. Somatic is voluntary and autonomic is involuntary. In autonomic, we have two more divisions, which is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system responsible for flight or fight response. Parasympathetic nervous system responsible for digest and rest. Now let's see the cellular organization of nervous system. In nervous system, we have neurons and neuroglial cells. Neurons have no capacity to divide and neuroglial cells are supporting cells which is more in number, nearly half of the weight of the brain. We have different types of neuroglial cells in central nervous system as well as in the peripheral nervous system. In central nervous system, we have astrocytes, ependymal cell, oligodendrites and microglia. These oligodendrites is responsible for the formation of myelin sheath around axon in the central nervous system. In peripheral nervous system, we have satellite cells and Schwann cells. Schwann cell is responsible for the formation of myelin sheath around the axon in peripheral nervous system. Now let's discuss about neurons. Neurons are specialized cells which are responsible for the transmission and processing of information. Now let's see the structure of neurons. The main structure is cell body or soma. In the center of cell body, we have nucleus. A black dot in the cell body is called Nessels granules. A tree-like projection from the cell body is called dendrites. This long thin projection is called axon. Starting point of axon is axon hillock. It is present between the junction of cell body and axon, but there is no Nessels granules in the axon hillock. Axon surrounds by a regular intervals of cells called Schwann cells. which produce insulating substance called myelin. Myelin is a fatty substance which is white in color. So it forms a sheet called myelin sheet. The gap or junction between the myelin sheet is called nodes of Ranvier. The terminal part of the axon is called axon terminal. Based on function, we are classifying neurons into sensory neurons, interneurons and motor neurons. Sensory neurons are afferent neurons, which means it transmits information from the external or internal environment to the central nervous system. And motor neurons, which means it is efferent neuron. Efferent neurons means it command to the muscle and glands from the central nervous system to the muscle. And interneurons, it transmit impulse between the separated neurons. It presents only in the central nervous system. And also we are classifying neurons based on their structure. It is called as unipolar neurons, bipolar neurons and multipolar neurons. Unipolar neurons means it has only one process that extends from the cell body. This is the cell body and it has only one process which extends from the cell body. So this is called as unipolar neuron. Bipolar neuron means it has two processes. It may be axon and dendrites. It is the cell body. We have two processes which extend from the cell body. So it is called bipolar neuron. And multipolar neurons. In multipolar neuron we have single axon and multiple dendrites. This is the cell body. We have single axon and multiple dendrites. This is multipolar neuron. Before learning the anatomy of nervous system deeply, let's learn some basic concepts. Now we're gonna see about gray matter and white matter. What is gray matter? It is a collection of cell body. It is a collection of cell body of neuron, and white matter is a collection of axon of neuron. And in central nervous system we call this gray matter as nucleus. In peripheral nervous system we call this gray matter as ganglion, and in central nervous system we call this white matter, which is collection of axon, as tracts, fascicles and lemniscus. Why we call it by three names? Because there is minor difference in them. Tracts means which has same origin, course and same termination. Fascicles have different origin, course and termination. Lemniscus is just a ascending sensory tract in the brainstem. And in peripheral nervous system we call this white matter as only by nerves. Hope you guys like it. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss out. See you in the next video.